Today is part 3 and the final episode of the Zizzy Martian Guitar build. Welcome to another episode of All Things Woodworking. I'm your host, Aaron. I've provided additional information in the description. Please leave a comment on what videos you'd like to see next. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share if you enjoy what you see. Now that all the cavities are routed, I'm going to go ahead and do an arm bevel here. And I marked it with an orange piece of tape. I don't want to go any deeper here at this point, which would be the deepest. I just want a slight bevel, and I don't want to go into the ash. I just want to keep it into the Zebrawood. And to do this, I use an angle grinder with a flapper disc. Right, that's a good rough out for the arm angle, and I will go ahead and finish smoothing that out and blending it all in inside. All right, so I flipped the guitar over, and now I want to go ahead and do the tummy cut. And I went ahead and put some orange tape here. That's the edge of the Zebrawood, and I don't want to go down into the Zebrawood in this particular case. If the Zebrawood was up a little bit more, where the back was a little bit shallower, I would go ahead and do it because you would get enough of the Zebrawood showing to make it look good. I'm just afraid that if I go down to the Zebrawood and hit the Zebrawood, it'll look like a mistake. So anyway, I'm going to finish drawing this out. Just kind of a rough curve like that, and going down. All right, so I'm real happy with that, the way that turned out. And I'm going to go ahead and, I was going to do the sanding inside this evening, but it's such a beautiful evening, I'm going to go ahead and finish it out here. I'm going to go ahead and start with 60 grit and get this a little bit smoothed out from the grinder. After 60 grit, I moved on to 80, and then eventually, before I did the finishing, I moved on to 120, 180, and 220. So we've decided to go ahead and do a contour on the neck, and with that, it's just going to be a nice curve back here. And take it down to just short of 1/4 of an inch. I put the depth mark that I want here, and I'll just feather it in here, and then go deeper here to make it more comfortable to play. All right, the next step is I'm going to go ahead and give the top a radius and the bottom a radius. And then I'll stay clear from the neck area, and then I'll blend those in by hand, but I'll do the rest with the router. The back tremolo cavity is already there. What I'm making right now is the recess for the cover. That way it'll be flush on the back. All right, so now it's time to cut the cover for it. I've gone ahead and marked it top and bottom, and I did that when I was actually making the templates because there might be minor differences between top and bottom, and I didn't want to be fighting back and forth. And then I did the same thing here, so that when I'm done, again, I'm trying to fit it the same way that it was created. So I'm just going to get it close, and then I'll finish it up on the router. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and work on the neck a little bit. This will be the first neck that I've put on one of my guitars that wasn't one that I've built. This is a Warmoth neck, and it's a roasted maple. It's beautiful. They did a fabulous job. And the only part of the neck that I'm going to go ahead and put a finish on, I'm going to leave the rest unfinished. That's the way the customer wants it, is just going to put a satin lacquer on the headstock. So I can put the logo on, and other than that, the rest of it's going to be left unfinished. All right, everything's covered. It's ready to go be sprayed. The only thing that's going to get sprayed is, again, just the headstock. That way we can go ahead and put the logo on, and then cover the logo with a clear coat also. I accidentally deleted some video when I was creating more space on my camera. So I'm missing parts of the build. So I went ahead and have shown what I have here for the rest of the video, and anticipate in July I'm going to go ahead and do another build. And during that build, I'm going to go ahead and break the steps down and explain them in more detail. Thank you for joining us on this episode of All Things Woodworking. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed what you've seen.